Alright, the Vegas weekend review. Let's go ahead and let's jump right into it. So, truck race, well, Kyle Busch was in it. That about sums it up. And of course, in an unforeseen turn of events, Kyle Busch dominates, wins the truck race easily. He won by like 8 fucking seconds. That should tell you. So now Kyle Busch has now won his last 7 straight truck starts. And people say, oh, the cup leeches being in trucks in the Xfinity will make them better. And yet they've gone even worse. Fucking weird how that works out. Like, seriously, how many meaningless lower series wins is that for Kyle Busch now? I lost track after fucking 10. Like, seriously, Kyle Busch is now a 2-time Cup champion. He has no excuses. There is literally 0 reason for him to be running Xfinity in truck races. There's a reason why I got a new nickname for him called Stat Patty Busch. Because all Kyle Busch likes to do now, I guess, is just pad those stats for Xfinity and trucks. And Kyle Busch says he'll stop running Xfinity after he hits 100 wins. I'm calling bullshit on that. I'll believe that when we fucking see it in person. Will that be the same deal if he hits 100 truck wins? And of course, there was now the bounty Harvick laid on Kyle Busch, where Harvick said he'll give $50,000 to any Cup driver that can get in a truck and beat Kyle Busch. Because that's what the solution to stopping a leech is, bringing back more leeches. Fucking wonderful. Just when it looked like leeching was fucking dead, it's gonna be back. Damn, it's so close. Like, leeching was dead after last year when all the leeches were irrelevant. Because most of the old Cup leeches no longer leech in Xfinity anymore. Keselowski hasn't run Xfinity in a while. Same deal with Logano. Like, the only Cup leech left is Kyle Busch. And, of course, Denny Hamlin's one-off race at Darlington. But, yeah. God damn it, we were so close. Honestly, and Kyle Busch said he's threatened to shut his truck team down if the limit goes to 0. To where no Cup drivers are allowed in trucks or Xfinity. Honestly, I say NASCAR should drop it to 0, and then let's see how big Kyle's balls really are. Oh, wow. Anyway, moving on, Xfinity race. Well, we only had 50 laps in Saturday. Chase Briscoe won stage 1 after Allgaier overshot his pit stall during the competition caution pit stop, leaving his pit crew in a bad position of making a slow stop automatic. And then during the stage 1 pit cycle, the rain came out, and the NASCAR could not get the track dried up in time. So NASCAR said, screw this, we'll run the Xfinity race after the Cup race Sunday. Plus, keep in mind, folks, you know what else was Saturday night in Vegas? That big boxing fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury for the heavyweight championship. Keep in mind, that fight was also that night. So not many people probably would have cared if Xfinity went back racing. They probably made more focus on the boxing fight. But yeah. So anyway, let's move on to the Cup race. So Cup race. I'll be honest here. This race actually was really good. It was pretty good. There was a lot of green flag passes for the lead. You can actually pass under the green flag conditions. There wasn't many bullshit cautions. There was a lot of hard racing and a lot of close calls. Like, Jesus Christ, Logano had like 3 or 4 close calls with Chase Elliott and William Byron and Harvick, respectively, and Ryan Blaney. Like, it was a lot of hard racing. Like, throughout the race, Chase Elliott had the dominant car, won the first 2 stages. And then during the pit cycle, Chase's rear tire changer hit the valve stem, and then caused Chase to have a flat tire, ruining any hope Chase had of winning a race. God damn it. So close to having another win, Chase. But the crew member fucked you over. Like, really, the Toyotas were a non-factor in this race. Truex was the only Toyota that really was up front all day until a crew member missed the lug nut and he came back in, got stuck in traffic, and couldn't recover. Truex would end up hitting the wall from a tire rub later. And he really couldn't recover since. Also, Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin were both caught cheating with illegal body modifications to their cars. Where NASCAR said, nope, both of you go to the back too. And then NASCAR really dropped the hammer on Hamlin and Kyle Busch by penalizing both drivers 10 driver and owner points each. Yep. So Kyle Busch and them cheating Yoders got finally caught. Maybe we should check Kyle's trucks too for any illegal body modifications too. Maybe that could be the answer to why he's padding his stats in Xfinity and trucks. Either way, Kyle Busch was the only real driver in the back that could really come to the front. And he really wasn't a factor in the race all day. Like, the main drivers battling for the win were the Fords and the Hendrick Chevrolets. Like, all 4 Hendrick Chevrolets were running for the win. Like, all in the top 10 all day. Like, at the end, I thought Blaney was going to pull it off. And Bowman was going to come second until Chastain spun out with 6 to go in the 6th car. So much for Blaney wanting to win. Damn it. And, of course, the finish, though, pretty meh. You know, it was chaotic on the last lap because Byron got a tire rub from DiBenedetto suicide bombing into the turn 1 on the restart. I'll be honest here, that was more of Byron's fault. Honestly, I blame more of Byron's spotter for not telling Byron that he wasn't clear. Because Byron came straight down on the fucking DiBenedetto. And Byron got the worst of it. And then there was the last lap accident there with John Hunter Nemechek going for a spin. Kyle Busch somehow saved it on the last lap from wrecking. Same deal with Blaney and Eric Jones. Either way, Logano gets the win again at Vegas for the 2nd year in a row. And you want to hear the funny thing? Notice how the winners of the first 2 races this year were the same as last year. Hamlin won the 500 this year. He also won it last year. Logano won this race last year. He wins it again this year. So is 2020 just going to be a copy and paste year? But this time maybe with better racing? I'll admit the race was actually pretty good. Finish was pretty meh. But oh well. It is what it is. So with Logano's win, Logano is now officially chase-bound. Like, was there a doubt at all? But, yeah. And also, a quick update on Ryan Newman. Newman, he has been checked and released from the care center. He has no broken bones. And Newman will be able to race in the future. All I say is, you know what? Thank God for NASCAR safety. Because that was a nasty crash he took. They did say that Newman has suffered head injuries. I imagine one of them is a concussion. Considering the fact that Newman was knocked unconscious in that crash. But yeah. All I say is Newman, not only is Newman one tough son of a bitch, he's also one of the luckiest son of a bitches alive. Because Newman is lucky to be alive after that crash. Because like I said last week, that's the type of crash that gets somebody killed. But yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Newman also had some bruising on the top on the left side of his head. And I know I saw the photo there and everyone's saying, where was the bruising? Very simple. If you take Newman's hair and you shave his head bald, you'll find the bruising right there. Now, I think they also said Newman may have had a brain injury too. You know, it's going to be a long recovery. Newman's going to be out for probably a couple months. Of course, Jack Roush already said that when Newman's ready to go, the car is ready for him. So, yeah. Maybe I should just turn my lighting on back real quick. There we go. So, yeah. All I say is for that, NASCAR, they need to update. They need to change. Because there was a reason why I've been critical of this sport the last couple years. I knew deep down this shit was gonna happen. Where we're gonna have a crash like Newman's and someone was almost gonna die over NASCAR's arrogance. Mainly because of the direction they've been on. And let me be real, folks. When I'm negative about NASCAR, it's because I want the sport to fucking succeed, not die. And this is why. Then we knew this shit was gonna happen deep down. See, NASCAR needs a lot of changes. And don't come to me with that no locking bumper rule in Xfinity and trucks. I say hell to the no on that rule in Cup. Because that rule fucking sucks ass. That rule shouldn't even exist to begin with. It is literally the dumbest fucking rule ever invented. Like, why is this rule still a thing? Like, fuck me. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention for the Cup race, when I turn it on, I saw this image on my TV, and here you go for it. Honestly, Fox, once again losing the feed to the NASCAR. Jesus Christ, Fox, you need to get your fucking shit together. For fuck's sakes. So yeah, NASCAR, there's a lot of change. There's a lot of things they could do. Like in the end, though, for what happened with Newman, I think we just need to accept the fact that NASCAR is the most dangerous sport in the world, period. Like no matter what changes NASCAR makes, these type of dangerous crashes are still going to happen regardless. It's just, we gotta just try to find ways to minimize as many as possible. I think NASCAR needs to think long-term. How many lives can they save, and how many careers can they save 5 to 10 years down the line? How many of these type of crashes can you try and prevent? Like, you're still going to have dangerous crashes, don't get me wrong. But how many can you prevent down the line? Like, this crash definitely will put the safety of the Gen 7 in question. Because now everyone's going to say, oh, well, can the Gen 7 prevent this type of crash from happening? We won't officially know until 2021 Speed Weeks. Like, we literally won't know what this car can do until 2021. But yeah. Anyway, moving on, of course, the Xfinity race that took place an hour after the Cup race. After they restarted, nothing happened. Chase Briscoe completely dominated and won easily. So Chase was gonna win regardless anyway. And with Briscoe's win, Chase Briscoe also locks himself into the Xfinity chase. Was there a doubt on this one, considering he's now one of the top drivers in the sport now? Like, Allgaier had a decent shot too until pit road issues came into play. But yeah, that is NASCAR at Vegas. A lot of changes need to come to NASCAR. They definitely need a fucking culture change and shake up. They need to rebuild. They need to take a look at themselves in the mirror and see if the path they're on is worth it. Because if NASCAR keeps going on this path, the shit that happened to Newman last Sunday, it's gonna happen again. And again. And again. But next time, they may not be so lucky and someone might get killed. Is it worth it? Oh yeah, in other news though, F1 testing was also this week. And to no one's surprise, Mercedes is still the top team. Thank God, can the 2021 rule changes come here fast enough? God damn. At least IndyCar comes back in a few weeks, so at least we got that. But F1, let's be real, Lewis Hamilton's won the 7th title this year. Anyway though, I'm done talking about this weekend's race. So yeah, the race gets a 6 out of 10 from me, the finish gets a fucking 4 out of 10. Like, we can say NASCAR should have let him race back to the line all they want. Logano was going to win regardless anyway. But yeah, anyway, that's all I got to say, folks. Hope everyone has a great day, and yeah, peace out. Next up is Auto Club on the West Coast Swing. Let us continue on.